Hi there, Carl. Thank you for joining me today. I know we're gonna have a lot of value coming out of this for businesses. So if you are in the process of starting a business, this is definitely the place to start. But before we go ahead with all the details, maybe just tell us a bit about you and what you do, and maybe how you started doing what you do, because it's quite interesting.
I don't think we have enough time for that, but okay, let's go. Well, I think my passion for people and for developing people and developing communities started at a very young age. 18, and I think like all good singers, started in church. I also started in church. Building communities and all of
Uh-huh.
that, and then. Obviously went to I've worked in quite a lot of industries from a very young age. Started at the age of 16, where I worked in bakeries and all of that. And I was actually 18 when I baked for the Super Spa in Galvandale. I was actually leading a shift when I was 18 years old. So then from there went to university, tried to study. I'm a highly qualified university dropout, highly qualified university dropout. I tried my hand at studying, industrial psychology and all of that. And then I went into the big bad world of employment. And then 2001, um, when I'm not going to mention the name of the organization, I actually worked in an organization. And then I actually trained people in their jobs, just for them to become my boss. So everybody I trained, I had to report to after training them. And that was an honor. So I decided, let me resign. I resigned from work and I was laying on the couch for 7 days. It was the best 7 days of my life. Day eight, I became bored. I returned back to church, and then what I did was I helped in church cleaning. I just needed to do something, and I was handed a set of books. Actually, Apostle Neville Goldman came there and he asked me, "What you doing here?" I'm like, "As you can see, I'm cleaning." He's like, "What do you want to do with your life?" I'm like, "At this moment in time, I really don't know, but let me just clean." And he gave me a set of books, 8 books, and he's like, "As to me, tell me tomorrow if you're interested in it." And I looked at these 8 books, it's thick, and I decided to go through it. The next morning, I'm like, I'm kind of interested in it. And he said, okay, if you're interested in it, I'm going to put your name through. And I'm like, it's for what? And then what happened is that I had an interview by the International Labour Organization. Hey, it was heavy because I'm just a church boy and these people are talking big languages. And that was in 2001 in May. I then attended a training program called International Labour Organization Start and Improve Your Business. It's a train the trainer course. Now remember, I'm just a church boy, know nothing of business, and I started with this 2 week journey. It was it was the hardest 2 weeks of my life. But you know what? It actually set the tone for what I had to do then. As the good boy that I am, I then took the knowledge, started things in church, and and I can honestly tell you, Lance, it was like I said, the hardest period of my life because all of a sudden I've got this newfound knowledge and I don't know what to do with it.
Mhm.
I try to reach out to people. And the reason why I'm telling you the story, and if this will translate into what I do now, um, nobody wanted to show me the ropes. No one. This is 2001, I'm telling you. No one. When I say no one, not a single soul.
Yeah.
Not even the people that trained me or equipped me. Maybe they just never wanted to show me. Maybe they wanted me, they were practicing tough love.
Mhm.
But I then, because I've got new knowledge and I don't know what to do with it. And how am I going to apply it? So I started applying it in church, trained my first 9 people on this international training program from the 22nd to the 20, not 20, 24th to the 29th of September 2001. You see, I don't forget dates. That's the first training.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I trained, and I can honestly say that 4 of the 9 people are still in business today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, and I'm still in contact with him. So, long story short, I then decided I need to go out there and I need to equip myself more. I need to go learn from other people because the people that I thought one, is there for me, they weren't. So, within that period of September 2001 to 2002, I attended over 60 different courses. Okay, 60 different courses. Some of it was the same over and over again, but my thing was I wanted to learn different techniques.
Mhm.
How will you do it? How will you do it? So I was basically just picking apples, and putting it all into this big crate so that I can actually make my basket.
Yeah.
So long story short, that is how I started. Nobody wanted to teach me anything. They called me the briefcase consultant because I walked with my 8 books in my bag. They told me, so if you needed something, I would just pull out my book, and that's how I started consulting. And then, well, let me say 20 years later, now all of those people that never wanted to help me is knocking on my door and asking me for help.
Oh wow.
so, so it is. So I started the journey of entrepreneurship, the journey of being a business consultant, because that's what I am. I've trained all over South Africa. I've trained in Zambia. I'm a master trainer in financial literacy, manufacturing processes, master trainer. I train trainers. So that was the journey, that I had to go through. And
Yeah.
I think now for me, as a now not a youth, but as a young person still in business, I provide that safety net now for youth businesses, for young people, for people, because nobody wanted to share, nobody wanted to open up, nobody wanted to open up doors for me,
Yeah.
so my role now is that I've built this glossary of knowledge, in all industries.
Uh-huh.
So I can consult anyone at this moment in time, and I think it's because of the hardships that I had to go through, because of the lessons that I had to go through, and I think so. As a new business now, I find it easier to relate to young people. I find I find it I find them easier to relate to me, because when I speak, I don't speak on knowledge. I don't speak on book knowledge. I
Yeah.
speak on I've lived this journey. I've lived this journey. I've walked this journey.
Yeah.
And Lance, I'm to be honest with you. My passion is people, and I create millionaires. I mean, there's millionaires out there, and although they will not say, "Oh, it's because of God," I know, I know. I've played a role in it, and you know what? That is enough for me.
Yeah.
To be able to just know that I've played a role in actually setting and propelling somebody, into that.
Yeah.
So pre-COVID, pre-COVID, I used to train and equip almost 3,500 people a year.
Okay.
Uh, Travel the whole of South Africa on various topics. Like I said, I'm not. I don't just specialize in one type of topic. So my clients basically, they give me a topic that I need to, and I design it. I design it, and I proud myself. Sometimes I don't even open up the book, because if I wrote, I don't
Uh-huh.
even open up. I train entrepreneurs on starting a business, and although I've got a prepared program, I take about a half a day. If I do a 5-day session, I take about a half a day to do the introductions, because that to me as a consultant is of utmost importance. it. So I take that half a day, and whatever they say
Mm-hmm.
gets absorbed here. And then within my mind, I will reprogram that whole week, and I'll focus to bring out what they would need. Because I think the skill that I've developed over the year is that people come to you and they say, we need this.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't take that. If you come to me, if you want to be a client, don't come with preconceived ideas because of this is what I think I need.
Okay.
So I will basically dig deeper, dig deeper.
Okay.
So I'm I'm technically a business mechanic, and I fix things. I fix the nation. So that is just the introduction of what it is that I do in terms of entrepreneurship. I love it. I eat it. I live it. You can wake me up 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'll prepare. I'll train anywhere under a tree, in a boardroom. I I do not. That is me. Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. It's good to be very flexible, especially now that we've, faced COVID. Nothing's the same. We can't call anything normal now at the moment. So that is
Yeah.
awesome. But before you give too much away about your courses and things, I want to go just a bit back to the beginning. Actually, before I go to the beginning of my questioning, um, the books that you got. So these 8 books, do you still remember what they are? So I'm just curious now.
I've got it. It's still at my parents' house. I've still got it.
Oh wow. Do you,
It
do you
is the
know what?
start. It's called Start. It used to be Start Your Business, and
Okay.
then it's Generate Your Business Idea. Then there's record keeping, business planning, costing and pricing, product, people and productivity. I've got it all. I've got it there. It is there. I can't even throw it away because that 8, I need to frame it one day.
Yeah, that's like the foundation. No,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
when I become the billionaire, I will just say it's because of those 8 books.
Yes, yeah, that's good, man. That's a really cool story though about those books.
Yeah.
So just like within the first book as well, if someone does want to start a business, what would be the process that you would advise them to go through?
Yeah, like for instance, now obviously, if COVID has forced everybody to start businesses, so I'm not a fan of just people spending money and just registering a business for the sake of registering a business,
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many other legalities that you need to take into consideration. So I would say before you even decide to start a business, there's first thing that you need to find out. I mean, are you ready? Are you mentally ready for it? Or do you have the passion for it? You can't just start a business for the sake of starting a business. So many people want to start a business, and the first thing they say, I want to go into construction because tendering and all
Mm.
of those type of things. So for me, even before you start a business, it's important to talk to someone that understands the business process,
Yeah.
to guide you, because not everybody is cut out for business. Although if you're looking at it, you can be taught how to be a business person, because you're not born with it. None of us are born with the skill.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are born with the ability, and just so I think the first thing, it starts with just getting the idea, formulating the idea in your mind before even you go through the process. And do you have the characteristics of what it is to become an entrepreneur? A lot of people want to start a business because they look at the big guys out there and they say, oh, they're driving this big car and all of those things. And they ever ask the guy what he had to go through to it.
Yeah.
So, so so starting a business it's a journey. It's not a. So before you even talk about the process, are you ready for this journey? Are you ready
Okay.
for a journey which will break your heart? Are you ready for the journey that potentially can break up your family?
Mm-hmm.
That potentially can break up a marriage? Are you ready mentally for that? If you're not ready for that, then don't start. Go look for another job, or
Mm.
go casual somewhere. And that is me just being very blunt,
Yeah.
because a lot of people, I mean, um, last week, my heart was a bit disturbed last week. I trained 14 people some from the Hellenvale area, some from Shore area, and then Motherwell, about 14 combined.
Okay.
And to think that some of these people were trained in 2019 and 2018 on the same course that I was trained on.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So they were trained, they got the certificate and everything. They got registered businesses and everything.
Hmm.
When they came to the training, I had to, it was almost like I had to now burp all the winds out and rub everything out. I had to almost reprogram their minds because they were just trained for the sake of being trained
Mm.
and having a tick box.
Yeah.
So I had to get myself to basically motivate first, reignite the fire,
Yeah.
strip them down of what they thought they knew,
Yeah.
right? Basically get them back to their passion. And it was so heartwarming that this morning I got like a message from one of them to say that for the first time in 2 3 years, I am now ready to start my business. And guess what? I never even touched on business skills.
Oh
I
wow.
never took business skills. I just told them about the journey. You understand?
Yeah.
I told them, are you ready? First
Yeah.
question I asked, how desperate are you to make a change? Because your level of desperation will propel you to where you need to be.
Yeah.
Not your business knowledge, not your skill. How
Yeah.
desperate are you to make it work?
Yeah.
And there's two Sunday, they have mobile car washes. They were sending me photos. Sunday, just after the training Friday, Sunday, they only had 5 cars. They went out and so for me that is what I do. So I think before you can even start a business, I think prepare yourself mentally for the journey first. All the
Yeah.
others, all the other things come. It's easy to register. It takes 2 days to register a company, but that's just a piece of paper. But what are you
Yeah.
going to do with it?
Listening to what you were saying about those guys who received the training before and now had to re-go through that. So with your mental state, or how can I phrase this, with your thinking or your mindset, um, how do you think a mentor would come into play there, or would assist someone, basically either like someone who's done it before, or like a consultant like yourself? Do you think it would be wise to have someone or a group like yours on your side when you're starting out,
Um,
that is?
yeah, I think for each business, I don't think you should focus on having one mentor, because I think two or three would do that can take you into different phases of your business as well. However, choosing a mentor is very very crucial. Because people tend to think that there's people tend to confuse the mentor as a business advisor. So a mentor is not there to advise you. A mentor is there to basically handhold you, ask questions, probe. You become accountable to that person. So I think what needs to happen is it's of utmost importance that mentors are very important in the growth of any entrepreneur. However, be very very careful in terms of choosing a mentor. Somebody that can talk the talk might have never walked the walk.
Mm,
We have
yeah.
a lot of mentors that study. They study. They go through the CETA. In this course that I was doing a course now, the guys will say, I'm a CETA accredited coach and mentor. I'm a CETA accredited. I'm like, okay, you are CETA accredited.
Mm.
Okay.
What business experience do
Have
you
you
have?
done, have you failed in business before? Have you failed? I'm like, have you failed? So if you've never failed, how do you prevent uh, a young business from failing if you've never failed?
Mm,
So we need to be very very careful in terms, because you have people that study SMME development, but they've never lived SMME development. So I think, yes, it is crucial to have mentors along your way. Having one mentor for too long is very disastrous. You know,
Okay.
you, it's very, if somebody says, I will walk with you till the end, be very careful. No, you can't. I've had
Okay.
different mentors. I've had different mentors in my life, whether they were physically there, sometimes it's just to pick up the phone and say, like, how are you? What are you doing? I've got one mentor. We are best friends, but the beginning of the year, every year, I submit my plan to him of what it is that I want to achieve for this year. I just submit it because I need someone that can hold me accountable. You understand?
Okay.
You know what? He says absolutely nothing. I just submit and we have coffee or tea. Beginning of the year. I'm actually going up to Joburg and we're gonna go have coffee just to chat. So
Okay.
he's just right.
Yeah.
Then I've got, so if you're looking at it, then now I've got a guy younger than me. Tomorrow he's a coach. But I
Okay.
identify there's something within him that he can help me with. I mean, I've been in business longer than him,
Yeah.
but guess what? There's one skill that I need. So I told him, I want you to coach me, but on
Okay.
that aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So I think that is the young people go into business blindly. They go into business thinking that no, you need to have a mentor. You need to have mentors within your life. You must be very, very careful. A mentor needs to stick to a plan, and he basically needs to guide. It's a guiding system. So a lot of people don't. Sorry, but a lot of people don't understand the difference between a business advisor, coach, and a mentor. So
Okay.
mentors are important, but mentors can also set you up for failure.
Yeah. So maybe just if you can summarize those three roles that you just mentioned now, the coach, the mentor, and the business advisor. Maybe break that down a bit, just so we can get an understanding of the role that each one should play in that business process or that
Okay.
journey.
Yeah. Like for instance, okay, a business advisor, well, obviously, if you're looking at it, a business advisor would be somebody that is an industry expert that knows, and he would be able to advise you,
Yeah.
advise you on this is the process to follow. Like for instance, I will be able to advise somebody, this is how you register a company. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving advice. I'm giving
Yeah.
advice which can be tested, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which can be tested. And if you're looking at it, if you Google it or look at the process, you will see it is there. It is tested. And
Okay.
it brings in obviously a little bit of his knowledge. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
A coach, once again, will take you and coach you actually. So, okay, fine. I will, okay, yeah, a coach will be able to take you and he will show you, okay, he will now, it's like that guy that will be able to tell you, okay, no, for you to score the goal there, you must position your body like this. Even in
Mm.
business, for you to be able to go in there, this is what you need to do, and you need to be prepared in this way. Okay, so he will actually show you.
Okay.
So remember, advisor will advise you, and there is a process which is documented and can be tested. A
Mm-hmm.
coach will actually show you the physical ropes. Now, this is what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So most coaching takes the best coaching that takes place is like if you need to have a develop a product, maybe you need to weave baskets and stuff like that. You can't have an advisor. You must have a coach, somebody that actually has done it before, that has
Mm-hmm.
been there, that can show you no, no, you must weave it like this. No, it's a double
Yeah.
stitch
Yeah.
or
Okay.
a double stitch. No, you need to overload. Then
Yeah.
a mentor. The mentor's got the easiest job of all. What have you done? Okay. No. Or so this is your action plan, right? Okay. All we do as mentors is okay, we meet. How far are you?
Okay.
Why have you not done it?
Okay.
What is the deal? Okay, let's push that. That is what mentoring do. Now, a lot of people coach and then they call themselves mentors.
Okay. Yeah.
So as a business, you need to ask yourself, what is it that I need? Do I need a coach or do I need a mentor?
Mm-hmm.
So any new business won't need a mentor. A new business will need a business advisor and a coach, depending on what type of business it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you establish yourself, that is where the mentoring comes
Awesome,
in, right?
man. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's
so that is
that's
just in a nutshell what that is my idea of what it is. So
okay. Now it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
other people might disagree.
No, that's cool. No, that makes a lot of sense. So,
Yeah.
for people who have like, you hear most of everyone say, look, they've got this side hustle and that side hustle, and lots of people actually have those side hustles for lots of years, and they don't really turn that into something which can grow into something bigger. So, if there is anyone watching, and that is the position that they're in, let's say they have a corner shop, for example. So they've been selling bread and snacks and chips and that type of thing to their community. But now they want to take that thing and they want to make it into something bigger, like a wholesaler or something like that. Um, what is it that they would need to then, number one, obviously formalize that, and then, or let's start there. What would they need to then formalize it?
Yeah. Firstly, obviously, it will be registration. I mean, this is now for all businesses. So you first have to just register with CIPC. Secondly, you need to have then your tax clearance done, which you done via SARS. And then thirdly is that your triple B certificate, but all of those things, it's like, you can get that through CIPC as well. And just for those watching as well, if you are a new business, triple B certificates are free. Don't let anybody ask charge you. It is free. It
Uh-huh.
costs you no cents. Just don't be lazy. I think the reason why I'm not a billionaire really is because I do and I give these things, but when people are lazy, then I charge them. Oh, can you
Yeah.
do it for me? Okay, I'll charge.
Yeah, but it's your
So
time, so I mean that's fair.
yeah, so I mean, so if yeah, but it's normally free. Then the biggest thing, Lance, is that where most people fail is that they don't open up a bank account.
Okay.
Um, I've seen people that got companies registered in 2014, no bank account.
Wow.
If you are serious about moving your side hustle, your small idea into the mainstream, you need to have a bank account in that business name. Okay, the business and you are separate. You'll see you have an income tax number, the business has got a tax number.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that's the main things. But the business bank account is of utmost importance. A lot of people are saying, yeah, but the bank charges, and you want to start a business, so and it's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna pay you through your personal account if I need to do work for you. No, I'm
Yeah,
not. If
definitely.
I see that you are a business and you are not compliant into that basic things, brother,
Yeah.
I will pay you like an employee. I will deduct the tax, I'll take everything off, and I'll
Uh-huh.
give you your money. Period. That's how it is. Nothing. For people that want to start that, they need to start right from the word go.
Mm.
Start right from the word go. If you want to go into business, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost
Okay.
you time. So company registration, tax clearance, triple BE, bank account, non-negotiable.
Okay.
Non-negotiable.
Just jumping on what
Yeah.
you said now about costs. So, understandably, yes, there is cost. So, but besides capital that you need to get your product and set up your brand and that type of thing, what would be the cost that you're looking at for these four things that you basically spoke about now? So, registering your business. I know the triple
Mhm.
B is, you said, is free. Opening the
Yeah.
bank account. What is the other one? Your
Yeah,
tax
and
clearance.
yeah, the
Sorry.
next, like I said, it launches. Um, okay. It doesn't cost that much. It doesn't. Let
Okay.
me say, I'm not going to say how much. It doesn't cost that much.
Okay,
The
no, it's
bank,
cool.
you need 500 rand to open up a bank account,
Okay.
which you just have to deposit in. You can withdraw it again, but you just to act, and the account needs to stay active.
Okay.
Um, it really doesn't cost that much. If somebody wants to do it on their own, it really doesn't cost that much. However, for me as a consultant, I normally don't. I don't charge people an arm and a leg. I just charge whatever the cost would be, and then I would just put an X amount up for, just for my obviously internet use and everything. So I'm fairly very cost effective because I know what it is to start a small business. So for me, it's not about making the money. But if you're not going, if I can guide you and you can do it by yourself, but then I'll tell you, I'll give you 5 days to do it because I know that that's what the process takes.
Mm.
And then mostly people come and they say, can you do it for us? And then I look at, well, here's my
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah.
There's the bank details, okay? And I've learned from the word go, start your business right.
Okay.
Get proper systems and everything in place
Okay.
because how people know, can you do it for me? I'll pay you later. No, pay me first and I'll do it.
Yeah.
Period. I've
Definitely.
lost too much money in my lifetime because of having to. Um, People think that I'm social development instead of running a business because they,
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I
But
know lots of people, especially in our country, think of that buddy system. You help me here,
it
and
does.
then maybe I'll help you some other time, which doesn't work. Yeah.
I'll even charge my own parents. I promise you. I'm at that point now. I'll even
Is it?
charge if you help.
Yeah,
Charge
but I
you.
mean, if you're doing it as your business, then definitely that's all
Yes.
fair. So just sticking to finances. With capital. So besides the cost of obviously starting and registering the business, do you know of any institutions, or is there any pointers you can give on maybe if you're starting out your business and you need maybe funding? Is there
Yeah.
anything that you can advise on that?
Yeah. Just a word of warning to those people that want to enter into business. Um, the South African financial institutions are not geared at funding small businesses. That is just the reality.
So
You
these
know,
are the banks now.
yeah, financial institutions, all the
Okay.
banks. I mean, all major role players basically.
Okay.
It is very, very difficult for you to break through in terms of startup funding.
Okay.
So they all preach it. I've been there 21 years, so I can say this, and they can take me to task because I've got case studies of submissions that we know it just falls through.
Okay.
However, there is various funding institutions that provide funding for it. I'll share a little bit. I just want to we need to prepare ourselves that there's a lot of red tape in terms of applying for funding in the South African context. To give you an example, if you need 50,000 rand to start a business versus 20 million to start a business. Same paperwork applies.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Just more
same
ink
paperwork.
zeros. Okay.
Yeah, more ink, more killing of trees, and all of those things. So yeah, but there's various opportunities in terms of grant funding that also comes up. But as an entrepreneur, you need to obviously keep your eyes and ears open because those funding windows open up. For instance, but the good thing about it is that I'm a mentor for NYDA. So NYDA gives grants to youth businesses, qualifying youth businesses. And they got three thresholds: 10,000 rand, 1,000 to 10,000 rand, which means you don't even need to be formalized. So it's like for your very informal business, hairdressers, barbers, things like that. People want to take cameras. Those
Yeah.
photographers. Yeah. So
So
you
also,
you
sorry, Carl, if I can just jump in there before you continue, I would like to for you to continue. You said just youth businesses, or what is that age group?
18 to, let's say, 18 to 34,
34.
although youth
Okay.
is up to 35. But
Uh-huh.
because the reason why I advise up to 34 is because sometimes the process can delay.
Okay.
So if you say if you're 35 already and you're turning 36, sometimes it's going to be a lot of red tape. So
Okay.
although the youth category is 18 to 35, When it comes to funding, I would normally say, to be on the safe side, let's stick to 34,
34. Okay.
However, if I can have my way sometimes and push and fast track, then we can go up to 35. But sometimes the system is only as fast as the people driving it. So, and
Okay.
I'm a Schumacher, and they drive sometimes 40. They
Yeah.
urban, and I like to go onto the freeway, and they are just, yeah. So I said 18 to 34, but the youth bracket is normally 18 to 35.
Okay.
Budget safety sake,
That's
right?
awesome.
So the NYDA is there. So they give like from 1,000 to 10,000. That's the first threshold,
Mm-hmm.
and then between 10,000 and 50,000 is the second threshold. And there you need to be registered. You need to have an idea. Um, you need to complete a business plan template, which is very easy, which they give you. And then the third threshold is like from 50 to 100,000, where you actually need a fully fledged business plan. So that's grant funding, to qualifying youth businesses, and that is the main word, qualifying. I don't want when people watch this, they say, no, but Carl said you will fund qualify.
Okay.
You qualify, in terms of that. And then there's various different services as well that they can offer, like your business plans, website development, feasibility studies, financial controls, financial systems, setting up financial systems about just how to do your petty cash, how to capture all of those things. And then
Okay.
also, yeah, and then also like, cleanups for other businesses. So that is from the youth side. Then there's different programs. There's IDC, there's CEFA, there's here in the Eastern Cape ECDC, NEF. So there's different government institutions that are there, that can assist businesses, but it depends on the actual business itself and what it is that they are looking for.
Okay.
Now, once again, when you come to us, you might say, I need 200,000 rand. I'm not gonna waste your time and my time and also my credibility.
Yeah.
So I will first advise you. I will first do a proper due diligence with you to find out if you really need the money. A few years back, somebody came to me and they needed 200,000 rand to procure another vehicle. After listening to the person and listening to their needs, I just asked some questions, and we never even did a business plan for funding. We just discovered that he doesn't have financial controls. I mean, he's got 300 customers and he's a one-man show. His invoicing is in disarray. He hasn't invoiced in 3 months,
Wow.
because he's just busy doing the work. So all we
Yeah.
said was, no, we design a financial system for you. And then within 2 months, he bought the bucket cash. So why do
Okay.
things like that? So sometimes we don't really, sometimes we just think that, okay, yeah, I need funding, but sometimes you just don't need funding at all.
Yeah.
And most of the biggest question, Lance, is that, for instance, we know that most of South Africans are either blacklisted or they've got adverse credit records and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those type of things are also just things that really plagues funding applications as well. So the biggest problem that I have experienced in my life as a consultant is that people lie.
They
They
lie.
lie about they lie. No, they
Okay.
lie. No, I'm credible. I can do this. No, I do this. Then I do the whole application just to find out that your ICT list is just so long.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I don't just take you at face value. I really
Yeah.
dig deep to see if that is really what you need, and then so for me, business is all about it's motivation, it's counseling. So I just do a whole diagnostic, personal
Yeah.
everything. I just diagnose you, and then yeah, I'll like just okay, fine, you are ready for the world of business.
Talking about that and the things that you do, I think probably if we can jump into that a bit. So I've heard you say that about your business. Obviously, they're doing a bit of consulting, you're doing a bit of mentoring, and a bit of coaching as well. So, if you can break that down, I know you said also the spectrum in business is broad. There isn't a specific industry that you do focus on, but if you are looking at, let's say, I'm starting out my business, and I'm saying, okay, look, Carl, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. What would be your program? What the things that you would basically take me through to help me on my journey?
Yeah, I think the first thing obviously would be what we call entrepreneurship 101. Talking about, but the main part of it is that the first thing is understanding the job, understanding who you
Mm-hmm.
are, fit for purpose. Are you fit for purpose? A lot of people have the great idea, right? But you know, they are not the fit for that. So I normally make the example. I'm not going to mention the person's name because it's very prominent, but there's a very decorated jockey in South Africa, and my father knew him. And in horse racing, they call a horse that is a favorite to win. They like the odds is like 2:1. He's the favorite.
Yeah.
But if horse has never ever won, they call him a donkey because the
Okay.
odds are not 20
Yeah.
to 1, 50 to 1. That's just in horsing terms.
Yeah.
So and this guy, my father knew him very well, and then my father asked him any tips, and he's like, "Just bet on me." And my father told him, "You must be crazy. You must be crazy. I will never bet on you. I saw the horse that you're riding. The horse came stone last the last 10 times it was in action, and the guy's like, "Is bet on me." And this is way back last. It's like 10,
Yeah.
15 years ago when my father told us the story. And this guy took 100 rand out, and he's like, "Yes, to my father, bet on me." And my father took the 100 rand. He's like, "Yes, must I go buy bread or what must I do?"
Uh-huh.
Reluctantly, he put the 100 rand on this guy. This guy was riding a horse 20 to 1, which is like, there's no way in hell that this guy will win. Stone lost 10 times.
Uh-huh.
Guess who won? Guess who won? The guy won.
Oh wow.
I almost mentioned his name. He won. And then my father told the story, and I'm like, and I thought to myself, in business. And I translate. I'm like, so the horse always had the ability to win.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to win is always there. However, the jockey that was riding the horse couldn't bring out the purpose and the ability of winning.
Okay.
So
Mm.
a horse is your business, right? Your business idea. Now,
Yeah.
the biggest problem that we have as um, entrepreneurs is that sometimes we because it's our idea, we think that we can run this business.
Mm.
So we start with that, the jockey between fit for purpose. Because sometimes you might have a brilliant idea, but guess what? You can't run the business. So maybe then you need to employ people. So I take you through that first, and then it's what we call the difference with working in your business and on your business.
Mm.
In your business and on your business. So getting that definition down there. Then once we have that, then we obviously target on what is your business model canvas. Your business model canvas. There's 9 phases. So and then the main thing that also comes out that we target on is what is your value proposition. You know, um, because if you can't add value,
Yeah.
what are you really doing? What is your unique selling point? What makes your business unique? Because there's no unique business in South Africa. There's no unique
Mm-hmm.
business in the world. Everything that we thought of has been done before. So just what makes you different. So we take you through that process first. So it's not just about having the idea. It's about putting those things, documenting it, and then just looking at it, So it takes about a week. So that is what it is. So it's more it's more practical. I say for me, I will. my first 5 days with any individual is basically practical.
Mhm.
Um, you know, um, like I said, the book, I keep on telling them, here's the book, close it. You can ask anybody. You can ask anybody that has been on my training,
Uh-huh.
anybody. I give them the books and I say, close it. It's yours to read when you leave. Close it. You
Okay.
don't need. So those type of things, and then I focus on costing, costing and pricing because it's important to know how to cost. And then we just rack it all up. So that is the first five. So my first 5 days with any individual or grouping would be that whether you are in business
Mm-hmm.
or not in business, I do not differentiate.
Okay.
You can. We had a 18-year-old fresh out of matric last week versus novices, people that has been trained, that is collecting. They even had files like this. They certificate collectors.
Okay.
Uh, so
Yeah.
they go to any sponsored training. They go
Yeah.
there. Maybe for the food. They go there.
Okay.
Um, However, if you're looking at it, so I take everyone through the same process.
Okay.
And for me now, there's three that will graduate, and next week they will pitch, to get on boarded onto another program.
Yeah.
And you would think that the people that's been in business, that's got registered companies, has actually made it. Out of the 14, there is four non-registered businesses, and the three of the four non-registered businesses are actually the ones that are pitching to get onto a program, not the
Okay.
registered business.
Oh wow.
So for me, it's not just about it's so the first week for me is very, very important because we set the foundation in terms of your journey. So yeah, so that is basically what I will start off with. So it's more about motivating, igniting the fire, making you excited about yourself. Um, if I if I can make it, anybody can. I mean, I survived 21 years, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not even done yet. I've still got another 10 years left of what I need to do. And
Okay.
then, so, but from this year onwards, that's my NPO heart has died, um, you know. So I'm going into business now. Even myself now, I'm looking now. I'm actually pushing myself into being mentored because a doctor cannot diagnose himself. So I'm looking for coaches and mentors because I need to change my business model now from consulting in actually I'm now going into business. So now
Okay.
I'm 21 years in this industry and I've got mentors younger than me,
Mm-hmm.
that is now just showing me the ropes and stuff like that. So not showing me the
Yeah.
rope, but just guiding me and keeping me accountable.
Definitely. So in your new journey, is there anything specific that we can look out to? Maybe, just a teaser, tantalizer of what's to come.
I've waited 21 years for this. Oh, that's it's exciting. It's what we are busy what we are busy doing is that I'm say by June this year, um, I'm I'm technically retiring from being a coach, mentor, and advisor. And for the first time in 21 years, I'm going to become an entrepreneur. You
Oh
know,
wow.
it's exciting and scary. But what we are busy doing is that we've seen the pain. I've seen the pain of entrepreneurs. I've seen people lose everything in the sake of entrepreneurship. So we're busy putting together and we're designing a one-stop shop. When I say a one-stop shop, it is like, man, we're gonna create we're like super saiyan entrepreneurs, for whoever wants to be on board. So what we are doing is we're providing a umbrella for new businesses or for those that are in business already. But say, for instance, a new business comes in, the biggest problem that they have is that they don't have human resource development. They don't have. It's too expensive to do all of those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
They've got staff, they don't know how to manage it. So so we've got human resources, legal, we've got accounting, and then we've got business development services, which will, so we've got all of that under one umbrella. So what will happen is that, and we're still working on the different tiers because we know there's different types of entrepreneurs. So what you will do is that it's all going to be, so we're busy with the website and we're busy with the layout where you subscribe and then you become, depending on your membership, the whatever membership you have, that will give you the type of services. But what will happen now is that when an entrepreneur comes to us or belong under our umbrella, what happens is if there's a contract that he has to sign, uh-uh, you'll just pick up the phone and you'll phone the lawyer or send it through. A lawyer will vet it and say, don't sign it, this, and that. That is
Mm.
because that is the problem that we're having. We have so many SMEs that cannot take on government because of non-payments because they don't have their paperwork. So what we are doing is, so we're taking the burden of all of that away from the SME and we're telling him, you do you. You
Mm.
build it, go and build, right? However, this is what we're looking at. So if you get into trouble, you need a lawyer, there we go. End of financial year now, you need an accountant, come, it's here, it's all part of your package. So we're creating a one-stop shop. Then the division which I'm going to be on under is obviously the business development services and also the enterprise development, where we will take these smaller businesses and we will link them with the big guys, So
Okay.
we are trading in very dangerous ground because we are going up against big boys.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I can't divulge too much but just by the mere fact that they heard of us,
Okay.
they started to shake, because so I'm super excited because I can't wait to launch it. I can't wait to come back on and say we are live now. So yeah, but technically what it is that we just want to create an umbrella where SMEs can do what they do and be safe by doing it.
Okay.
Um, how many businesses, like for instance now with COVID even, most of the small businesses couldn't even apply to TERS because they don't have their compliance sorted. So we
Mm.
are going to take that burden away from small businesses, and we're going to say, let us, because we are the specialists, let us be your platform there, and then you go do your when you get a contract, we will manage everything for you, and obviously it's going to be subscription based. So yeah, so we're excited. I mean, but we're obviously going to look at SMEs, the smaller businesses, and then obviously there will be different packages because it's not going to be like for instance, okay, it's just a blanket fee because we know
Yeah.
small businesses will be able to afford it, but we're going to have room for new startups and stuff like that. And
Awesome.
then we'll be doing online trainings and all of those type of things free to our members. So it's exciting times. And now and if you're looking at it, I'm a firm believer that even now with COVID, you know, there's going to be a resurgence in the economy, and are we going to be
Mm.
ready? And that is
Definitely.
what we want to prepare our clients for. We want to prepare them for being ready. So when these billions of rands come in, will the small businesses be ready? Or must they once again go to big businesses? I mean, look at PE, for instance. I mean,
Mm.
there's no small business that can put up their hand and say, I can do it. I've got the infrastructure. I've got the support. You know,
Yeah.
people must come from Cape Town. They must come here and then they subcontract the small businesses to do all the work.
Mm.
So we don't want that. So we're gonna go national with it. We're not starting small. We're going once big. I'm no more doing small.
No, that's
So yeah, so that
awesome. Yeah.
is. See, I'm super stoked about it. It gives me sleepless nights. I just can't wait. And the nice thing about it is that I'm going to do what I love doing, and that is equipping and providing a safety net for SMEs, for small businesses. That
Yeah.
that is my motto. Nobody. I fell I fell, I fell, I failed, I
Yeah.
failed, I failed, and I failed again. So all I want to do is create that safety net and say, if you fail, fail forward.
Mm.
Fail by learning. However, you don't need to fail because you've got the support.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate that I've got quite a lot of people that are supporting me in this, like industry experts that is bought into my vision. So yeah, man, I can't wait for June.
Awesome, man. It really sounds really awesome. I can't wait to actually
I
have a chat
can't
with
wait.
you
I can't
again post June so we can hear what's happening with that.
wait.
So you can actually take
I'll
this
see.
video as accountability as well, eh? Because we're gonna come
Yeah,
back and say, Carl, what have you done?
yeah. I shot myself a bit, man. So
That's a good thing. I mean, accountability is
no, no, no.
good.
I'm actually going to Joburg next week, and just to finalize everything. So it's something that's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it has to happen. And I promise you, I've got a great team. I've got a great team and the good thing about it is, last man, yeah, I've just got a trick for you. And I've got advocates, and I mean, they all going to report to me. I've got HR, I've got industrial psychologists. I'm thinking to myself, wow,
That is
I'm just,
amazing, man.
I've only got a trick.
Definitely, man.
So,
No, but that's awesome. Well done. Kudos to you, guy.
yeah, I know. I'm saying it's years. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm going to say that, if you don't have qualification, you don't have a skill, you don't need it. You just need tenacity. You need drive. You need to be motivated. You need to know that although things are going to be hard,
Mm.
I'm going to see it through. So that's all you need. And if you have that, then guess what? The sky's the limit, bro.
Definitely, man. Definitely. You remind me
You know?
now of the story of Jack Ma and how he started Alibaba. I mean, he applied to Harvard, he got declined. I don't know how many times he applied to work at the KFC. He said he was one of, I think, 10 people. He was the only one who didn't get in. He applied to the police, he didn't get in. But yet he's one of the world's richest people. So definitely
I
you can do it without any of that.
applied Christ to become a teacher, and they declined. They told me I'll never be able. I don't have the ability to educate people.
Oh, wow.
I was, and
Uh,
then 5 years later, I actually trained HODs from the same department that
oh,
declined
wow.
me. And
Hectic.
so I trained PhD students at NMU, on digital marketing and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I do. I'm like, I'm a highly qualified university dropout.
You should get a certificate actually and show them, hey. No, but
So
that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Um, Carl, not to take up too much more of your time. My last question, or actually not last, but the question I want to ask you is if there's any piece of advice that you would give any up and coming entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, what would that advice be?
I can't. Shut the up. Yeah, I agree. If you have an idea, shut your mouth.
Okay.
Shut up. I can't stress this enough. Shut up. Do not you do talk. Do not talk. Don't talk. Keep quiet. Um, find reputable people that you can share. Do not share your idea with more than three people,
Okay.
right? Not more than three. Okay. Before you share, look at the credibility of the person.
Okay.
Google the life out of that person. Go onto their social media pages. Check who they are, right? Because too many ideas and dreams are killed because of premature talking
Okay.
about investing in um, pouring out your heart to several people. You
Mm.
must understand that you might have a unique idea or you might have a good idea. You might not have the ability or the finances to bring it off. You might just speak to somebody and they'll say, "Oh, that's a nice idea tomorrow." Um, they implement your idea, you
Mm.
know. So, so they can go Google this. I mean, if you have an idea, don't trust anyone. Let them sign a non-disclosure agreement. Go Google it, non-disclosure agreement, simple. Let them do it right.
Yeah.
So the main thing is shut up, shut
Okay.
up. Do not talk. Keep it here. And also test it, and and be very careful even when you go to government institutions and stuff like that. Be very modest. Also, if you do share, don't give away too much, right? Don't give away too much. Just give snippets, because if
Okay.
you give away too much, what will happen is that what's stopping that person from taking it, because not everybody's credible.
Yeah.
Not everybody's credible. I mean, there's a very few of us left. A lot of people come to me, I've got this idea, but I can't share it with you. Can you please put it first in writing? I'm like, confidentiality agreement, yeah, and I'm like, I am just too creative to steal ideas.
Mm.
And whatever you thought of has been done. What I'm
Yeah.
going to do is I'm enhance it. But I think
Yeah.
that is crucial, because a lot of us make that mistake. We go speak to prominent people, senior leaders, pastors, politicians about our ideas, and then next week we see it being implemented.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got the audacity to hire you as the project manager.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
big slap in the face. I've actually got a bit of a personal experience with that whole concept.
I'm like, I mean, I won't share these things if it has
Yeah,
happened to me. It happened to
definitely.
me several times. So, but also divorce feelings, family, religion, culture from your business. Divorce it.
Mm.
There's no room for that. It's either this or that. If you go into business, you're in business,
Yeah.
because yeah. So you there must be that distinction. So I think that is the two main things that advice that I can leave young people with, is that divorce your business from everything else that has got nothing to do,
Mm-hmm.
family, all those type of things, because yeah. So
Yeah.
it's utmost important that, because yeah. But this journey, this journey of entrepreneurship is a great one. It's needed, although the world is going through a crisis now. The nice thing about it is, Lance, if I could wrap up with this,
Mm-hmm.
3, 4 years ago, um, nobody said I want to have a global brand. You know, it was too expensive to have a global brand
Mm-hmm.
because to go to all of these places.
Yeah.
COVID has actually done us a favor that you can actually now have a global brand online in 2 ticks.
Mm-hmm.
So when people see, so as entrepreneurs, where there's chaos, it creates a need. When there's need, it creates opportunities. So what are you going to do? Are you going to take the opportunity, or are you going to concentrate on the chaos? And that's
Mm.
what a lot of people are doing. We're concentrating on the chaos.
Yeah.
In COVID, we traveled to 7 of the 9 provinces
Yeah.
within level fours and stuff like that. Travel
Yeah. Yeah.
because I see the need and all of that. So it's of utmost. So we just need to look at that as well. So yeah, that is. I think that is what I will leave everyone with. Yeah.
Definitely, man. That's some awesome advice. Definitely, don't cast your pearls before the pigs, and your bias should be business all the time. So, just
You sound
lastly, Carl.
nice. Yeah, you sound.
Awesome, man.
You must actually write that down for me. I should hire
Awesome,
you
man.
to read my book.
You can have it. It's yours, dude. It's free.
I don't know to read. I want to think.
So just
Yeah.
lastly, Carl, where can people find you if they're looking for you personally, and then also your business?
I'm very low key now on social media, and
Okay.
there's a reason for it. But they can find me, my name called Ian Liddle. That is me on Facebook. You know, and then my business is Kasi Group P2I Limited. That's my Facebook page as well. But I'm very low key, and there's a reason why I'm low key is because of what is going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I post now and then, but I don't want to distort my social media profiles with an image which people will not be able to relate to for when I launch.
Okay.
So that is also something that a lot of small businesses need to take into consideration, entrepreneurs as well. That if I need to do business with you, I'll check your social media pages.
Uh-huh.
I'll check your Twitter, I'll check your Instagram, I'll
Yeah.
check your LinkedIn. Well, I'll check every single thing because I want to know who am I getting involved with.
Definitely,
I
definitely.
see that you post about fighting a lot, you know. So yeah.
Yeah.
So for me at this moment in time, that is my just my handles. Then they can just get me on WhatsApp where I'm normally. It's 074 So it's 074 and then just my email address, kasigroup@outlook.com.
Awesome.
So yeah, so normally what I would say is when people contact me, don't just say hi, call, it's me. No, no, tell me who you are, introduce, because we
Yeah.
don't know who people are on their WhatsApp. It's like the Lord is my shepherd. Who's the Lord is my shepherd?
Yeah.
So I'm mostly on WhatsApp. I do give advice on WhatsApp. Sometimes I'll post on WhatsApp of what I'm doing, but um, I'm I'm there to assist good people. And for me, just to close off, is that my advice is free. Um, Only if it's going to cost me something, it's going to cost you something. You know, I don't believe in consultation fees unless you're going to waste my time. Don't call me for a meeting. Really don't. I'm so over meetings. Don't call me for a meeting. Let's
Mhm.
discuss it on WhatsApp. If the need arises for us to meet, then we shall meet. And I don't just meet for the sake of meeting. I meet when something needs to happen because I value my time.
Mhm.
So advice is free, really. So for anybody that wants to reach out, they can reach out with an idea. I mean, feel free. Know that I am under oath, and I value the profession that I'm in. I value what I stand for. So yeah, and I'm very simple. If you feel that you can't, you wanna protect yourself, let's sign that NDA. I don't have a
Mhm.
problem in signing. So that
Awesome,
yeah,
man.
that's me. Yeah, that's me just in a nutshell.
No,
A
great,
very long.
man. So, yeah, yeah, big nutshell. So now what I'll do is I'll post the links down in the description so people can find out all of the info that you've just given of where they can reach you. And then I do hope people do reach out to you and they do make use of obviously the information that you've given in this video. I mean, that is valuable. There's lots of things that I've learned that I'm gonna apply in my business as well. Number one is that social media. I post a lot of memes. I like being funny, but there's the serious side in my business as well. But yeah, I've taken a lot away, and I hope people do take a lot away from this as well. So thank you so much for your time, Carl. I will be checking in with you again, specifically
No,
after June. I want to hear how that goes.
no,
Um,
I'll keep you posted. Like I said, I'm going up there. I'm meeting with partners. I'm already busy with working on the layout of the website and all of those type of things. So now the hard work is starting, signing up everyone, signing up all these professionals, just so that I can be their boss.
no, that's good, man. That's awesome. I really hope it works out for you. I hope that you get everything you desire in this venture. And I just hope the best, man. But thank you so much again for your time and the valuable information that you've provided here.
Okay, man. Okay, thanks, Abe. Okay, cheers.
Cool, cool. Thanks, man.